This is habit number 2 in my 10-part series entitled The Worst Habits for Your Health. And this is a great one because when you're done watching the short video, not only are you going to be able to undo this bad habit, but you're going to give yourself back an invaluable gift, the gift of time. So before we get started, let me begin by asking you a question. When was the last time you sat down to relax and didn't reach for your phone? Or finished dinner without checking a notification? Or woke up in the morning and gave yourself just 5 minutes before your eyes weren't glued to a screen? For most of us, the answer is uncomfortable because the truth is that screens have become so woven into every moment of our lives that we barely even notice them anymore. I'm Cherine, and this is habit number 2 in my series on the 10 habits that are quietly wrecking your health. Today we're talking about excessive screen time, what it's actually doing to your brain and your body, why it's so hard to stop, and the practical steps that you can start today to take back control. Now, it's not about throwing your phone away, it's about being intentional. But before we talk about the damage, let's get clear on what we're dealing with. So the average Australian adult now spends over 6 hours a day on screens, and that is not counting work. We're talking recreational screen time alone. Social media, streaming, gaming, scrolling. Add in a desk job, and you're easily looking at 10, 11, even 12 hours a day with your eyes locked to a display. Health experts generally suggest that adults keep recreational screen time to no more than 2 hours. 2 hours a day. Most of us are 3, 4, 5 times over that threshold, and we don't even feel it happening because it creeps in across dozens of small things that we do throughout the day. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, a quick scroll before bed, a binge session on a Sunday afternoon. It really adds up faster than we think. So what is this actually doing to us? And here's where it gets real. Excessive screen time isn't just a time management problem, it's actually a health problem. Starting with your brain, constant digital stimulation floods your brain with dopamine, the same chemical that is released when you gamble or you eat sugar. And over time, your brain starts to recalibrate. So it starts to need more stimulation just to feel normal. And the result is you start feeling restless, you feel unfocused, you feel bored in quiet moments, your attention span shrinks, deep focus becomes harder. And let me just stop by saying that it's not a personality flaw. It is a measurable and normal neurological response. And then there's your sleep. Screens emit blue light, which suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body that it's time to sleep. So scrolling before bed doesn't just delay your sleep, it actively degrades the quality of it. And poor sleep cascades into everything: mood, metabolism, immune function, mental health. For children and teenagers, the risks are even more serious. Links to anxiety, depression, delayed social development, and impaired emotional regulation. But adults aren't immune. Research constantly shows above higher rates of depression, loneliness among heavy social media users of all ages. And on top of all of that, every hour spent scrolling is an hour not spent moving, connecting, creating, resting. So excessive screen time doesn't just affect your health directly, it crowds out the things that you need to do to build good health. So we know we need to stop, but why is it so hard? And here's the thing that makes this habit particularly tough to break. It's designed that way. The apps on your phone are built by some of the most sophisticated engineers and behavioral psychologists in the world. And it's their job to keep you on the platform as long as possible. Infinite scroll, autoplay, notifications, likes, algorithmically created content. Every single feature is engineered to override your self-control. So it's really not a fair fight. And recognizing this matters because it means that struggling to put your phone down isn't a willpower failure. Not at all. It's you against a billion-dollar machine, especially designed to prevent you from doing exactly that. So please stop blaming yourself. Instead, let's build some systems that's going to make it easier for you to step away from your screen. But before we get into the practical steps, I want to pause on the why, because without a strong reason, change doesn't stick. Why does this matter to you personally? Maybe you want to be more present with your kids. Maybe you want to sleep better. Maybe you've noticed your mood tanking after too much time on social media, or your ability to focus has quietly deteriorated over the past few years. Whatever it is, get specific. I want to feel less anxious is good, but I want to stop picking up my phone every time my kids are talking to me is better. Specific whys create emotional stakes, and emotional stakes are what you'll come back to on the days when the habit is hard. Great, so now you know your why. The first step is awareness. Most people have no idea how much time they're actually spending on their screens. They guess, and they almost always guess too low. Every smartphone has a built-in screen time tracker. On iPhone, it's called screen time. On Android, it's digital well-being. Go and check it. And don't judge what you find when you see it. Just have a look. But dig down into the breakdown. Which apps are consuming the most time? Social media is usually the biggest culprit, but streaming, gaming, news apps can be just as sneaky. And once you know your actual numbers, you'll have something to work with. So set a baseline for yourself and then set a target. If you're currently at, 5 hours of recreational screen time a day, don't aim for 0 tomorrow. Aim for 4 and then 3. Progress, not perfection. Step 2, create boundaries that help to make this stick. Awareness alone won't do it. You need structure. Here are some of the boundaries that I think work best. So pick 1 or 2 as a good way to start. Boundary number 1, no screens in the bedroom, full stop. Charge your phone outside of the room, buy an alarm clock if you need one. The bedroom is for sleep and rest and not scrolling. This single change alone can dramatically improve your sleep quality within days. Boundary number 2, phone-free meals. Whether it's breakfast alone or dinner with the family, screens away. This creates a natural daily pause and rebuilds the habit of being present. Boundary number 3, no screens for at least 30 minutes after waking. Start your day by checking notifications immediately puts you into a reactive mode. You're responding to the world before you've even had a chance to be in it. Use those 30 minutes for something that serves you. Movement, journaling, a quiet coffee. Boundary number 4, use your phone's built-in limits. So set a daily app limit for your highest used apps. Yes, you can bypass them, but having that friction there is often enough to make you pause and ask yourself whether you actually want to keep scrolling or you want to put your phone down. And boundary number 5, create some screen-free zones and times in your week. A Sunday morning walk without your phone, a family dinner without devices, a 9 p.m. cutoff. These aren't punishments, they're pockets of real life. So let's wrap this up. This has been habit number 2 on my list of top 10 worst habits for your health. The habit of excessive screen time. Excessive screen time is one of those habits that sneaks up on you. It's normalized, it's everywhere, and it's been deliberately engineered to be hard to quit. But the impact on your sleep, your focus, your mood, your relationships, and your health is very, very real. Now, you don't have to go cold turkey. You just have to start noticing. Check your screen time today. Pick one boundary, put it in place this week, and pay attention to how you're feeling. Because here's what I've found. The less time you spend consuming other people's lives on screen, the more energy you have for your own. If this video was useful, please give it a like and subscribe. I'm covering all 10 of the worst habits that are quietly undermining your health and happiness, and you don't want to miss the rest of the series. I'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest screen time challenge? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Next week, we tackle habit number 3, mindless snacking.